Well, after the Watts riots, that actually is what triggered the white flight.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. So after the Watts riots, white families left surrounding nearby areas like Compton, Huntington Park, and Southgate in large numbers. So that's when the white people all moved out, and then those became predominantly black neighborhoods. Because remember, George Bush grew up in Compton.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, George Bush had a house out there.
Wow. Well, I remember the line, like where I grew up at, we used to then cross that line. That was the white, Broadway was like the white part of town. And we all stayed in Watts at that time. The Watts was like the black part of town. And like you say, Compton was the suburbs, because I had one auntie that bought a house in Compton.
Mm-hmm.
She was the only one of the family members that had, a place in Compton and had their own house. So I can remember when it was white, stayed in our neighborhoods.
Right. Were a lot of the stores burned down during the Watts riots?
They burned down a lot of the stores.
Yeah.
A lot of those stores in South Central that are still there used to be all white stores. They used to have theaters over there. It was like a thriving community, and then when the riots happened, I guess everybody just fled. We moved on the west side where I grew up at. I think we moved in 68.
Okay. Right, because I remember talking to BG Knockout about the Rodney King riots, and he talked about how he was actually out every day during that time and the fires and everything. And, he said it was a very special time when it was happening, and you felt empowered and, the brotherhood and everything. But after the dust settled and the smoke cleared, now you didn't have a grocery store nearby. So you had to go way out to go get groceries, and all the stores you used to go to in the neighborhood, they were all gone. And it was this sort of a feeling like, damn, like,
yeah.
Now we have to suffer more because of this.
To make a point.
To make a point. But it would have been interesting if instead of tearing up,
it was dumb. It was dumb.
Tearing up,
retrospect,
people's own neighborhoods. What if they went to Simi Valley?
In retrospect, we all knew that. Because
everyone had
now
cars.
That we want to go shop and shit after we didn't, all the goods we stole, we ate them all, right? Or did whatever. So now we need to go shopping, and we got to drive, way out to Hollywood damn near to go grocery shopping.
Yeah, and the riot is the language of the unheard.
Yeah, it's a way to express yourself. I don't necessarily agree with that as a tactic of getting what you want. I don't think that that's gonna stop them from putting their knee in our neck. Everything but with me, everything is economics. I believe that you attack their money, and when you attack their money, they'll pay attention to that.
Right, like the bus boycott in Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you notice, there really hasn't been a real boycott, a real financial boycott in the modern era.
Nah.
No such thing. Like literally nothing got boycotted. Successfully.
Well, everything, especially with the black community, we're so divided right now.
Right, because remember Gucci, at one point it was like, don't buy Gucci.
Yeah, I remember totally.
Yeah. It's like,
Floyd went straight to the store and bought everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and now, with them getting the money, I see everybody going to the Gucci's and the Louis and all these stores, just like lines of people, Nike and
lines. Yeah, no, I remember I interviewed Boosie, and he had a video where he was at the mall, and he was basically just calling everyone in the Gucci line just some stupid motherfuckers. Like, he was like, y'all some stupid motherfuckers. Like, Gucci is laughing at y'all right now. And you stand in line for their shit.
Yeah.
Buying a bunch of shit y'all can't afford.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I knew so many people who lived with their mothers, as adults, but would have a Gucci belt. That type of shit. That was never really my thing, but yeah. If there was an actual boycott, if everyone just said, okay, we're no longer supporting this particular thing.
Right.
Like, and actually not buying it in force, millions of people at the same time. Because if you look at the riots and the marches, it's not, you know, unlike the Watts riots and the Rodney King riots, it's kind of mostly white people now. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of black people obviously involved, but if you look at the sheer numbers, I would say more white people are marching and protesting.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But and I think that that's good that they're recognizing, you know, what's taking place. I mean, most people are sympathetic to life. Period.
Yeah.
You know, but then when you get some who have been indoctrinated with this thinking that this group of people are going to take away their livelihood and everything that they have, then they don't mind seeing you die.